Attention, anyone annoyed, disgusted, or otherwise offended by Donald Trump's torching of the United States. You might find this story oddly satisfying. A reporter just got under Trump's skin, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Happy weekend, everybody, and welcome back to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. The question at this point isn't if Donald Trump is undergoing some kind of mental decay or lapse in sanity. The real question is how anyone could look at Trump's recent speeches and not think he's decaying or just losing his mind. Commentators have suggested everything from dementia to old age as the cause behind his ever-incoherent rambling. Even Trump's nephew, Fred Trump III, sees the signs of dementia that he saw in Trump's father, Fred Trump Sr. The Trump family has a history of Alzheimer's. Observers also note that cognitive decline could be one reason why Trump has allied himself so closely with Elon Musk. Trump was never good on policy to begin with, so abdicating most of his power and turning it over to Musk makes sense if Trump is trying to hide a decaying mind. I still want to see Trump tested for tertiary syphilis, but that's just me. At any rate, anyone concerned over Trump's mental ability will not have any fears allayed by today's press conference. After welcoming his new Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, Trump took some questions from reporters. Check this out.
Germany has elections on Sunday. What are your thoughts? What do you expect to happen in the elections on Sunday?
Who has elections?
Germany.
Oh, Germany. I wish them luck. We got our own problems.
Why is anybody even laughing at that? In what world is that funny? In case you wondered if Trump had surrounded himself with behind-smooching leeches, let all doubt be removed. Next up, a reporter asked Trump about Ukraine, and he had this to say.
You called President Zelensky of Ukraine a dictator. Do you think that President Putin of Russia is also a dictator?
I think that President Putin and President Zelensky are going to have to get together because you know what? We want to stop killing millions of people. You have young soldiers being killed. If you saw the pictures that I saw of the battlefield from satellite, you've never seen any pictures like that. Soldiers are being killed by the thousands a week, thousands of soldiers a week. As we speak, they're being killed. That's why I want to see a ceasefire and I want to get the deal done. I think we have a chance to get the deal done. I had to make sure that Russia wanted to do it. It's a war that would have never happened if I was president, but it did happen. So I got stuck with it, and I want to stop people from being killed. You know, it doesn't affect the United States very much. It's on the other side of the ocean. It does affect Europe. And
Trump seems to double down on his assertion that President Zelensky of Ukraine is a dictator and that Ukraine attacked Russia, which isn't true. It's not clear if Trump actually believes Ukraine is responsible for the war or if he's just out of touch with reality. Then, in another moment that defies all logic, this happened.
The last day and change has been the worst day of polling for Donald Trump during his entire second term in office. What am I talking about here? Take a look at Trump's net approval rating. CNN, you see it on this side of the screen, -5. Gallup, -6. Ipsos, -7. Quinnipiac, -4. Negative, 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 underwater, 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 underwater. These four polls, all of them tell a consistent story, and that is Trump is on the negative side of the ledger. His net approval is negative. He is underwater like the Little Mermaid.
Yes, once again, Trump is out of touch with reality, either because nobody tells him the truth, he can't tell the truth, or because he no longer has the ability to differentiate facts from hallucination. If only we were all hallucinating this nightmare. Watch. Now Trump will go back to social media and air all his grievances and lash out at reporters. They were just doing their job. Oh, before I go, I'll leave you with one other fun bit of trivia here. Last year, the Presidential Greatness Project Expert Survey, a nonpartisan project that surveys historians and political scientists on how to rate every American president, guess who placed dead last? It wasn't Obama, he placed 7th. It wasn't Biden, who placed 14th. Trump would probably cite both of those names. It wasn't even Nixon, who ran a criminal gang out of the Oval Office. It wasn't Warren Harding, who had every single member of his cabinet indicted. It wasn't Herbert Hoover, who presided over the Great Depression. It wasn't even Andrew Johnson, who allowed the South to start Jim Crow after the Civil War, or James Buchanan, who let the South secede, which is what started the war. It was Donald J. Trump, by a wide margin, and that was before he even started this disaster of a second term. Someone ought to give that survey to Trump and see what he says. My guess? It wouldn't tell him anything that deep down he doesn't already know. I'm David Reddish.